We'll just go live now. That's our thing. Put a light on, Joe.
Why? You can see me just fine. I can see
No,
myself.
it's just like a light face. Like, you see how much light I have? I want to.
For weeks, you said you couldn't even use your camera. You were just like, guess you
Yeah,
won't
but
see
now
me.
that I can use my camera.
Yeah, do I need to set your house up too, Joe? Is that
I'm not
what
wearing
is
a
happening?
shirt at all.
It's true.
I would not be wearing a shirt if I wasn't doing this. So.
Hey, Joe, can you say a quick N for me real quick, please?
N?
Yeah. Just give me a real quick N.
N?
Because we're definitely not live yet.
N?
Yes. That's what I mean.
N?
Are we not live?
No, we are.
Oh.
We have been for about a minute.
Hey, Joe.
N?
Come on, I just illuminate the place for a little bit.
No, what do you need to see my bedroom for? You can see.
I don't want
can
to see
me
the
just
bedroom.
fine.
I just want to see your face a little clearer.
No, like honestly, I'm so sweaty and disgusting right now. Like this is fine.
Didn't you just take a shower?
Yeah, but
So
I'm
you're sweaty and disgusting though you just took a shower?
I'm sweating.
Your hair doesn't look like it's just showered.
Because I dry shampoo, you know that.
But
So you didn't
so
wash
you
your
don't
hair?
wash your head? Like
No,
you don't wet
I
your
wash
head at
the
all?
sides. I don't wash the top.
So you just
So
dry
you-
shampoo all the time
Wait,
now?
like,
Do you ever?
hold on.
No, I wash it like twice a week.
Water
It's just not a
doesn't
wash
touch
day.
your hair.
What?
You don't touch your hair with water.
No, I do, like the sides because it's shaved, but like I don't touch the top. It's not a wash day. I wash it twice a week.
No, but you should still wet your head every day.
I don't need to do that. I dry shampoo it.
Yeah, but
Ladies know what's up.
you still get your hair wet, and they do that because it takes forever after they get their hair did.
Why did you immediately just jump to ladies know what's up? Like,
Because I feel like I have to explain like hair care to you guys. You guys are like, no, you still need to wash
Joe's
your hair.
feeling ganged up on.
Do you not
Ladies
remember
know
how I
what's
had to
up.
tell both of you for years not to shampoo your hair every day?
And I don't.
Yeah, I
literally
understand, but you
only
still make your
shampoo it
head
twice
wet.
a week.
That's like you still make it wet, man. You don't.
Listen, honestly, it's been working great for me because people tell me I have great hair. So
Until they like touch your head.
Guys, welcome to the
Feels
show.
like crust.
nobody has ever touched my head. So
Well, that's
no.
sad.
Nobody's ever touched your head? I mean, I don't think I would touch your head. Okay. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't want to gang up on Joe.
I don't either.
Oh, that's
I-
what you
Even
didn't
though,
want to do?
do
even
that.
though right at the start of the show you just drop things like dry shampoo and I only it's not a wash day.
I didn't bring that up. You did. You brought that up.
You said it.
Yeah, but you asked me for my hair care regimen, and I'm giving it to you, and this is what I get. This is what I get for sharing my details.
Very strange. Anywho, have you guys been?
Hot.
I might.
Yeah, we've been
It's
having
really
a bit of
hot.
a heat wave. It's been fucking miserable. Even up here, where we generally have really cool weather. I mean, the only saving grace that we have is that the lows are 60s.
When
So-
are you getting the lows? Because even now, the lows for us are like in the 70s, and my apartment is just like.
Yeah, I
above
mean,
that.
just at night, like it's cool off. Like, right now, it feels good. We have all of the windows open. I've got some fans in some of the windows sucking the cool air into the house. And then we close everything up in the morning.
Does it work?
It does, yeah. I mean, there's a point like kind of late afternoon where it feels a little miserable, but yeah, I mean it's pretty good. But the daytimes outside, it's just humid, nasty.
so
shit.
humid.
Yeah,
Like
it's not
I've
fun.
had this issue because my work AC is broken now, and it just blows out warm air. And last night when I got back from the Cape, it was 98 degrees in my bedroom, and my AC just was deciding to blow out warm air. And I just bought my AC like 2 months ago. I was just miserable, and then I get into my car, and man, I think I told you, like I think my car AC has a leak. Today it's just blowing warm air. Like
Yeah,
I need to recharge it again.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous, and so
I
I
sure
just
can
can't
do
escape
that,
it.
right?
Yeah, no, I've recharged it twice, once a month now, and today literally
You
because I
shouldn't have to recharge it.
yeah, like on the way back from the Cape, it was nice and cool, and then today I get in my car and like all I'm getting is warm air.
Your compressor might be going too. I don't know.
Listen, I just need to get rid of this car.
You should probably just do that.
Matt, you want to buy this car off me?
No.
It's a big deal at Joe Mall. You can, I'll give you a great deal.
The Joe Mall.
It's a Joe Mall special.
Right. Dave might need a car.
Yeah, maybe.
How are you? Like you're becoming more and more a member of society.
Yeah, is that the next step, Dave?
So I guess in
That's
the
my
new
only
Lotus
thought.
Cast, Dave just plays random songs.
It's a heat wave.
That's what that was?
Yeah, it's
We
from
moved
Sister Act
on
2.
from Heat
I know,
Wave
but I
to
had it
you.
ready, and then you decided to change it right when I was about to play it, so I had to go for it anyway.
Your timing.
I had it ready. I was waiting for you to stop talking.
I think you just play it. Like we just talk over it.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, not being at Dave's place this week, I kind of miss seeing what's going on in his, like, wall of monitors.
Didn't you buy another television?
Yeah, it's in my bedroom. That's for me to, like, watch for 20 minutes while I fall asleep.
Your 20-minute, 55-inch television.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
good.
it. What beer are you drinking?
This is Mighty Squirrel Strawberry Smoothie.
I actually don't see Dave on my screen. That's weird.
That is weird. Why would you not see me? I'm
Wait,
there.
actually, I see you, Joe, and
Oh,
I
no.
see Dave, and I see where you
Oh.
would be sitting
Yeah,
if
I see
you
Missing Joe. You want me to
Missing
sit
Joe.
in Missing Joe's spot?
Okay, so I do see Dave if I full screen Skype, but if I don't, then
Do you have it going to like whoever's talking? Is that why? Do you have it like Google Hangouts set up? If you click on one,
No,
person's
no. It
thing.
I had it like Windows
Oh.
snapped to
Oh,
a
that's
corner.
stupid. So what's going on with me? Not.
No, I really wanted to know if you were gonna get a car.
I mean, not right now.
Okay.
But that doesn't preclude that you could get it in the
I
future.
could afford it.
Well, that's for sure.
I have a decent amount of money that I just kind of throw around on bullshit. It's kind of nice.
Well, I mean, you don't have any responsibilities
Yeah.
either, so.
Right now, my current setup is more money than we spent on all of the show stuff by a lot.
Yeah, and that's like what, 2 mics?
Yeah. Like,
But the thing is, Dave, if you train that habit now where you just spend it on whatever you want, like when you start getting responsibilities, you're going to be like,
well,
Listen,
I mean,
the
most of
thing
this
is-
was catching up.
Yeah, Dave was smart about this, right? Like he had nothing, and now he has everything. Going back to nothing wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah. Plus, I'm gonna have this stuff to carry me forward.
Like, I and don't take this the wrong way, Dave, but I kind of can't wait until you start to come unhinged and start pawning your stuff,
yeah.
just so you can support other things, and then pretty soon it's just old Dave again.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't really want that for you. I'm happy with it. Do you find it offensive when somebody says, like myself says, new Dave?
new and improved Dave?
I mean, really, the only thing that's different is I don't masturbate as much.
Is it just because you're
I'm
out
not.
and about?
Yeah. And then when I get home and I start to slap a tug, I fall asleep. And it's like, oh man. Then I wake up, finish the tug, and then it's like now I have to go to sleep. So then
Oh my God, that was my life in my 20s.
it's the worst.
I literally did the same thing you just said. Like I would try to fall asleep, then wake up and finish.
Yeah.
Now he just
Now I just don't. I'm tired. Or
he
I'll
doesn't
go
even
to bed.
attempt it.
Yeah.
Joe's
Like,
really
just
giving up.
tired. I'll just go to bed.
He really just fingers his taint for a little bit and then
I do that
smells
too.
it and gets repulsed and
Oh
passes
God,
out.
I don't smell it. That's a bad idea.
So you're saying it's the same? I mean, I think there's noticeable differences from old Dave and new Dave.
Like what?
I would say new Dave's more confident.
Was I not
outgoing.
confident before?
Yeah, but like you're more outgoing now with your confidence because you have to interact with so many people now. I think before
You interact with people now.
yeah, I mean before you weren't doing that at all. So
Yeah, well, that's just because I didn't want to.
yeah, but now that you're forced to, I feel like there's this, confidence, Dave. Like, you're the boss man of the store and what you say goes. And I feel like
True.
you kind of express that a little bit more.
That's true. I am the boss man.
That's what he took away from that.
Yeah.
Yes, I am the boss man. Well, I love you, Dave.
I love you too, Matt.
I think Joe's waiting for me to tell him that I love him.
I love you too, Joe. No, didn't hear that one.
Yeah, I gotta take off my socks. It's hot.
I went to Hershey Park this past weekend.
Yeah, we talked about that. You got some butt.
I got some butt.
Yeah, that's what that means. We know what it means.
Hershey Highway.
Oh, right. No, that makes no, not that Hershey Highway. Yeah, we dropped the kids off.
What is there
We
to
dropped
do
the kids
there?
off
Can
at
I
the
just
pool
ask, because
first.
people have told me like they're going to Hershey Park, but is it like a theme park? Like what goes
Yeah,
on there?
it's a theme park. It's a Six Flags. It's a Kings Island. It's all of the above.
I thought it was just like a chocolate factory tour.
No, and actually the Chocolate Factory tour is a little bit of a jip. So we were kind of fortunate. It was hot as shit, and I felt really like the minute we stepped out of the car, I just started pouring sweat, and then the sweat just didn't really stop the entire day. I kept trying to find like just any form of shade I could stand in for 2 seconds to cool off. I remember early on, like going, "Oh man, this sweat spot that I have on
I was just about to ask
on the
that.
front of my shirt looks a little embarrassing."
Wait, because
But then the
you have the same thing that I do, where it's like the funnel
Yeah.
test thing. So I always get like a huge pool of sweat there.
So
It's the
mine
worst.
doesn't pool up right there. It pools up because the concave chest
Right.
kind of pushes it down, so it's always at the very top of my stomach.
Yeah.
Where my shirt actually
Exactly.
meets
Yeah.
the shirt. But after maybe 25 minutes of being out in this heat, my entire shirt became the sweat stain.
Mhm.
So you couldn't notice. It just looked like maybe you got sprayed.
Right. I just looked wet. It was pretty hot and miserable, but the lines and stuff weren't that bad. Like we rode a couple rides and like maybe 15-minute waits. The roller coasters were fun. Like I don't know if you guys roller coaster people?
Nah, I don't like it. It just makes me feel sick.
I've been on them.
It doesn't like excite me at all. It just makes my stomach hurt.
See, I always go through like this, like my body does this panic right at the top of that first drop, because it's taking you up really slow up that first hill, and then you're released, and my body's always like, no, we shouldn't be doing this, and then the rest of it's easy and I have a good time. And I mean this one was a lot of fun. It was like one of the dangly feet ones, and it I forget how many times we went upside down, but it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, they really make me feel like I have to take a shit.
Did anybody die on,
It's
on your
horrible.
trip
Nobody died. No.
from the roller coaster, like going upside down and then falling out of the roller coaster?
No, nobody died. I think maybe you would have heard about that
that's
before
too bad.
today.
No, they try to bury that so that you'll still come to the park.
Everything there is themed after like Hershey chocolates. Like they have the Reese's cup challenge, and it's just this weird like indoor roller coaster thing. And then there's like the tower. They have the Hershey Kiss Tower, the peanut butter tower, and like another giant Hershey bar tower, like that are like the elevator type of rides. But everything, there's a zoo there, which is strange.
they only
Like I
have
didn't
chocolate
really
animals?
expect to. No, I didn't expect to see a zoo. And it's so hot, and to cool off the animals, they went out and dumped like buckets of ice, and we saw this porcupine just like chilling in this wet spot, where I'm guessing ice used to be. This woman was feeding these two bears cubes of ice through a fence. So that was a little strange. I didn't expect to see a zoo, but the factory tour, it's all a digital ride, like.
So it's not a real tour. It's
you
just
don't-
like you saw
yeah.
a movie of a tour.
Right, and they have
Yeah.
like these vats, right, where they're like mixing chocolate or like milk, and it's just like digital milk inside of these metal vats that they're stirring. So it's like none of it's real. They just say, "Hey, this is how we make milk chocolate."
Did they show you how they get the milk in the first place?
They really brag about how they get all of their milk from local dairy farms.
Why don't they did they show you the cows and their nipples and stuff?
There was some autoerotica cows that were singing. So you come in to this one area and you see the cows, and they're all singing about how they, how they live in tight, cramped spaces, and they don't get to eat as much, and if they don't produce enough milk, they just get
murdered.
Gun. Yeah.
Nice.
So that was a little strange. Like, it just wasn't much of a real factory tour, but they give you a little Hershey bar.
They just give you one Hershey kiss at the end. Like, here you go. Thanks for coming to our park.
So we did that. We stayed with. I don't really remember the relation of how these people connect to my wife, but we stayed at their very, very nice house. And so get this, it's this beautiful, huge, like, they called it a cottage. I called it a mansion. But really nice, big piece of property. They got a pool and hot tubs and all the good stuff. And they were talking about how that they're going to build another house on the other side of the property so they could sell that house. And they have a shore house, which I guess they're building another Jersey shore house next to it. So.
Wait, so they're just building 2 more houses on their property? And then selling those houses?
The husband is like an architect, so he just builds houses, and then they hey, we live here now.
Oh, that's weird.
That seems expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's always building houses for other people, so I think he can afford it.
Do you think he just uses the same designs over and over? Like, when people don't know?
I mean, that's what people do anyway. I mean, look around.
Dave, you would have loved it because I kind of got the feeling that they were MAGA people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
What gave you that feeling? Did they wear MAGA hats?
No, but there was a lot of talk about, how they were the percentage of the country that pay taxes, and
oh yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You guys hear about them kids at the border?
According to statistics, I make like 285,000 or 285% of the average or something. Because I know that it told me that when I had to see how to pay for my insurance, and I don't. I don't make much at all.
Your insurance isn't free anymore.
Right. I know, it's the worst.
Your insurance is still probably better than mine. Mine
covers
nothing.
I pay $160 and it covers a lot. And yeah.
I pay like $200 a paycheck and it covers nothing.
You pay $200 a pay. I think mine is like a little bit more than that, and it covers myself and my kids, and like really well too.
Honestly, it's ridiculous. And I have a $3,000 deductible. Like, I still have to pay $3,000 out of pocket before my insurance kicks in.
My company pays for my deductibles.
Mine doesn't.
The worst part about mine is having to pay $15 for copays when I see somebody.
I've been at my company for 4 years, and the first year they only paid 50%, and then the next year they did 60%. And I've slowly, after 4 years, got up to 70%. They sent an email 3 months ago. Congrats, everybody is now at the 70% level, like even new employees. So like years, they've just robbed me of money. And now if you're a new employee, you're at the same level I am.
Well, that sounds fun.
Sounds like business to me.
Yeah, my company sucks.
Do they suck? I mean, you got to do that social justice training.
Yeah, and I self-reviewed myself today, and I gave myself all 3s.
Did you guys have a good 4th yesterday?
I worked.
You were open?
Yeah. And I closed early, but to the chagrin of people who didn't want me to close early.
You didn't get in trouble for closing early?
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, why? I mean,
do you not remember me being boss man, Joe?
Yeah, but you're always saying that there's a level of bosses above you.
Yeah, they're all like curry masters. I mean, I'm not worried about them.
Are you concerned that maybe they'll hear this and hear you calling them curry master?
No.
What if they did hear it?
To be fair, it is a term of endearment. I love curry.
and they're the master of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a show that he's pitching to Netflix. It's
Yeah,
just,
right. It's called Curry Masters.
Right.
It's about all the different kinds of curry you can make and what dishes you
Right.
can put them in.
Of course.
Of course.
Who wants to be this week's curry master?
Out and Bound will host that.
Have you watched that show where they're cooking with marijuana?
I
Yeah,
haven't. but I
Cooking on
know of
High
it.
or something.
Yeah.
I know of it. I haven't watched it. Don't care.
I haven't watched it either.
I haven't watched it.
Marijuana's legal to buy now, but we can't get it anywhere.
I don't
Mhm.
think any
Nobody's-
dispensaries are open yet.
Not yet.
No. It's gonna be a madhouse when they do open, though.
Of course.
For the few places that they will. Because most municipalities are filled with stupid old people that go to like town meetings and stuff, and town boards are all retarded. And yeah,
Yeah, but I think they underestimate how many people are actually going to go do this.
that's the point. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's like they're stupid people. For
Well, yeah, like this is all money that could have gone to their
for
town.
this town,
They've-
for instance, their argument was, we don't really want to be the first because we don't know what's involved. It's like, you realize that there are other states that have shown
Done
you
this,
all of
yeah.
this data, right? So when I heard that bullshit, I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, even then, being first is only a boon. Like, they think like, oh, it's gonna bring people from other towns. It's like, good. That's a good thing. You want people from other places. Like, what the hell? It's like a mini little tourism racket,
They don't
you
want.
know?
They don't want that. They
It's
don't want
just
that at all.
stupid. Then you have the same morons, not in my backyard bullshit, which I think anybody who uses that argument for anything should be slapped in the face.
My
Like,
mom
there should just
told
be,
me
like-
it's a-
It
my
should be
mom
like The
told me it's
Simpsons.
a gateway drug.
Yeah, yeah. Well, your mom's retarded. I'm sorry, but you have the dumbest parents.
No, she's told me that before. And I'm like,
yeah,
Mom,
I understand,
who-
but you have
not a
like
gateway drug.
really stupid parents,
I do.
and I'm sorry, but like whatever. But yeah, we should have every town should have like a giant boot person, like in the Australian episode of The Simpsons, to just slap people in the face whenever they say anything like that. Like, no, I don't want this near my house or something. It's like, that's bullshit. It should
I think if
also
they
be
bury their heads in the sand. They're more able to live with themselves.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't let the marijuana into my town.
It should also be that any municipality that votes to okay something like this, whatever, like strip clubs, casinos, anything, if that town majority votes for that, then they have to allow zoning for it. They can't then bar zoning for that thing. I don't think that you should get like it's not even an option to bar zoning. You just aren't allowed to do that if your town votes to legalize something or whatever.
That's how they're getting around it because they know it's legal, but they're like, oh, if we just vote, like, don't zone anywhere for it, then they can't come here.
Right. That should not be allowed. It
Yeah.
should just be automatically done when a town votes for something. It's automatically zoned on a statewide or federal initiative.
Joe, you went to the Cape with your whole family?
I went down with my mom because she can't drive the highway. My dad went down a little bit earlier, and we got there kind of late.
Why didn't
maybe
your
like
mom go with your
11:30.
dad?
Because my mom had to work
Oh.
until like 6 p.m. My dad went early Tuesday. And so I drove her down Tuesday night. We probably got there at 11:30 or so. My brother came back with his friends probably close to midnight. So we just kind of said hi to them. And then they were out like 7 a.m., 4th of July. They just went to the beach. And my mom got up at 8 o'clock and didn't see them all day. Like they were supposed to come back 3 o'clock. We are going to do a cookout. Like I bought a bunch of food. I was going to make some stuff and just like they never came back. Like I ended up having to leave at 7:30 at night just to come back because I had to work today. And didn't see my brother at all. So it was kind of a bust, like a waste of a trip.
It's a little selfish of him.
What are you going to do, I guess? I ended up watching Tomb Raider, so that was a good
That was
fourth
bad.
place.
That was really bad.
Was it? I didn't think it was that bad.
You thought it was good?
I didn't think it was good, but I was like watching it while I was on my
All
phone.
right,
I was like,
granted,
oh.
When I watched it, actually, I think we talked a little bit on the phone when I was sick, like 3 to 4 weeks.
And you said you'd watch like 4 movies that day.
I did. Okay, that sickness that I had, I don't know what it was, but like it was just water out of my asshole, and I had this extremely high fever, just
100.
scorching.
0.2 degrees.
It was something like 100 100.2, 101 at one point. Very hot. I was hot.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
I felt bad. No, I just felt achy and just nasty, and I couldn't eat anything. I just nauseous, all of it. So I just decided, like, I was gonna watch all of these movies that I had kind of missed. I watched Pacific Rim Uprising, which was which is really bad.
It was.
I watched Tomb Raider, which I don't know what the redeeming part of that was. Like
Hot chick.
the what's that?
Hot chick.
You didn't watch The Hot Chick? That's a good one.
No, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she was. She didn't. I didn't think she was that hot.
Who,
Like, she was-
Elisa Vikander?
Yeah, she wasn't like, oh yeah.
Did
I
you
mean-
see her in Ex Machina?
Was she the Machina?
Yeah, she was a robot.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I did see her in that, but I did not.
I thought she looked good in the movie. I mean, granted, she wasn't really, I don't know, like the character, they didn't write her that well, I don't think.
You liked it though?
It was okay. I mean, I was watching it in the background while I was on my phone.
Oh.
Like, I would look up every so often and be like, oh, I know how this is going to end. Like, when she runs into her dad, I'm like, that dad's going to die. He's going to die to save her. He's
Right.
gonna do it to
There
the
was
man.
that weird disease that everybody got.
Yeah.
Cave.
And then they, like, left it open for a sequel because, like, there's a bad person in her company. Yeah, like,
Yeah, I don't
it's
know. Man.
okay. The plot wasn't that great, but I mean, it's an okay movie. It wasn't terrible. I honestly expected it to be worse because most video game movies are terrible.
I thought it was on par with the other Tomb Raider films. Like
Never
I
watched
think I
those
would have
either.
watched
The
them.
Angelina Jolie ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there wasn't anything magnificent about this.
I also watched Blockers. which I
That's
thought was
the
good.
John Cena comedy whatever movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was funny.
No
But not-
desire
not
to
like
see
the-
that.
Yeah, but it was surface level funny. Like, I thought it was gonna be better than it was.
What, Blockers?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Blockers was okay. Like I
there's
didn't
a
think it
couple
was.
scenes I thought were funny. Like the butt chugging scene, I thought was funny. I don't know. There's a couple towards the end. I felt kind of like sad and predictable at the end.
Yeah. So I really liked John Cena. I thought he was charming.
Yeah, but that's Cena. Yeah.
And it was funny. Like the stuff that he did was.
I like that
is-
scene when they go into the boyfriend's house and the parents are just walking around naked doing like Marco Polo, like with blindfolds.
Right.
It's just like, we need to find each other with our musks.
The one guy I thought was like the retarded Wahlberg brother.
Oh, Ike Barinholtz?
Yeah, I it was for sure. Like most of it, I was like, is he a Wahlberg?
No, his brother's on Superstore.
I guess that makes sense. But I thought it was funny. It was okay. There was a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that was kind of just annoying.
I didn't get why the lady there, Leslie Mann, I didn't get why she didn't want to be Cena's friend, like, at all. Because he seemed like so fun.
Yeah, I would hang out with that scene.
Yeah. She was just like, Cena, get away from me. Apparently he texted her all the time just to be friends because he has a wife, which I didn't really buy. Single mom? John Cena? They're not going to be friends forever.
No, probably not. Well, guess that's it, guys.
Is that it?
Did you run out of topics already? Like, all you wrote
Why
down
am I
was
the one that has to
4th
come
of
up with all the
July?
topics?
That's just
I'm
kind of how
saying.
it's been. We're just used to it.
The lady,
Yeah, and you're the one who texted, like, show tonight? I assume that meant you had stuff to talk about.
I kind of hoped that you guys would bring a little bit more to the table. I mean,
Do you want to talk about Tomb Raider some more?
no, not at all.
What did you do for your 4th? You didn't even say.
I didn't do anything at all. I just stayed inside. I avoided the heat.
Didn't do, like, a little cookout or anything?
Rochelle and I did the most patriotic thing you could do, and we went to Walmart while
Sounds about
drinking
right.
Mountain Dew.
Why did you switch us to a 4-person
Because I'm
chat?
checking something.
Okay.
Is that allowed, Joe?
Yeah, Joe.
I just don't want to see myself twice on screen. Okay. Ugh.
You don't want to see yourself once.
No.
So tell me what of these movies, if any of them, have you guys seen? I know a few of them haven't come out. Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks did only a 3-man Hollywood Fantasy
Hall
League.
Notes.
Yeah. So it's WFOD, B-Rob, and Not Safe for Water Coolers.
It's because they didn't feel like asking us.
Well, we got
Fourth?
kicked out. So
Didn't we
plus
get kicked out like
uh,
6 times ago?
They didn't do one at the beginning of the year, so they just did this summer.
Hmm.
But anyway, so The Incredibles 2 destroyed the box office. I think it got really great reviews.
I can't watch that movie.
I haven't
Why?
seen it yet.
Craig T. Nelson is just a retard, and I just have the hardest time listening to his voice now. I don't know. It's just a weird phenomenon for me.
So I thought the movie. You guys haven't. Well, obviously Dave hasn't. You didn't see it, Joe?
No. I feel weird. I want to see it. It's just I don't want to go by myself because I'd feel weird going.
Did
to
you see the first one?
kids movie. Yeah.
So I mean, it came out 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And people like it was really strange when you go see this movie. Right before the movie plays, it's all of the stars, and they're all apologizing for it taking 14 years to release this movie.
All the stars of the movie, like Craig T.
Yeah,
Nelson?
there's like this weird montage. Craig T. Nelson, Samuel L. Jackson, Helen Mirren, like they're all there saying like, oh, like it takes a long time to make a movie like this, and we really appreciate your patience, and sorry that it took this long. It's like,
Why?
why are you guys
It's not their fault.
Yeah, it was so strange. Like I didn't
Yell at the
understand it.
director. It's his fault. He didn't write something for 14 years.
Ho Jangler in the chat asked if Superstore was good. It is. I would love to shit all over it because Joe suggested it to me, and Joe.
I suggest
generally-
so much stuff to you, and then you're like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
love iZombie. I love Superstore."
You generally do suggest a lot of stuff, and most of it's bad.
Most of it's good.
Most of
Whatever.
it's
I
really
watch a lot of prestige TV, man.
Prestige TV and Superstore though is one of the shows that is really good. Also, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is
Love it. I've been recommending that for 5 years, and took you 5 years to get into that.
We did just start watching the 4th season, and how big of a throbber did you have that New Girl and Brooklyn Nine-Nine had a crossover? Like how many times as you were watching that were you just arcing loads all across your living room?
I was like caught up to both of those when that episode aired, so yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Were you just spewing? That's all you were doing, was just spewing loads?
They aired the Brooklyn Nine-Nine one first. I was like, "What? Zoe's in this?" And then I watched the next episode of New Girl, and I was like, "Whoa, Jake's in this?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It was the
dick
whole
in
thing.
hand the entire time?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. Did you watch the New Girl episode?
No!
Oh, well, it's not much of it. Like even the
Right.
crossover, it was just that one scene. Like so much for a crossover.
So much for a crossover. It's just one scene.
I know.
Well, Ho
You didn't even know
Jangler
that it was
said
there.
was the dumbest episode.
It was a good episode.
Anyway, The Incredibles 2, it's strange. It's kind of got a plot much like the first one. But anyway, WFOD drafted Incredibles 2 Jurassic World, animated film that hasn't come out yet, Teen Titans Go, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Skyscraper.
Well, I'm glad that Jurassic World didn't make a first round pick because honestly, it's not that good. I didn't see it, but from the trailer, I knew it wasn't going to be good.
Well, plus my review from last week. It
Yeah,
did
just
score
confirmed it.
135 points.
Yeah, because it just everybody's dumb and they went to see it.
Yeah. I just couldn't believe that it still made as much money. B-Rob did Deadpool 2. You guys watched Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
No, I never did. I wanted to, but I couldn't.
I actually saw it with Matt and Adam.
Yeah, that was weird.
Sat right next to him.
I'm sorry.
I was actually telling, I think I've explained this to Rochelle, and then I saw Uncle Hall this past weekend, and I explained the same thing to him, which is actually a little strange too. Adam was on Uncle Hall's show 2
Did you
weeks ago.
nail down which episode it was?
It was whatever I sent you. It's a string of 4 episodes because Uncle Hall does not pay for the premium.
Spreaker, so his episode's only 15 minutes.
Yeah, he's only allowed 15 minutes of airtime before it cancels him, and he can keep going. But he said that because he's using the free account, he's doing this as a season. So, but he's gonna transfer it over to I don't know. I don't know what's going on. He needs to figure out.
Why doesn't he use some other free podcasting platform that doesn't limit him to 15 minutes?
It really doesn't matter. He's got to fix his equipment. It's bad. There's echoes on this guest, and I've told him that. But
all right.
So the weird thing that happens is that Deadpool 2, in its second week of release, right? It's been out 1 week. It's now the second week. So Rochelle and I, we have come down to Massachusetts because we're spending the weekend with her aunt. And we pick randomly that morning, we're like, hey, let's go to the 3:15 showing of Deadpool 2 at Bellingham. Okay? So it's the second week of Deadpool. We pick that time. We invite Joe. We get there. We buy our popcorn. We buy our soft drink. We walk into what is a pretty packed theater. It's very full. And we're scanning all of the seats to find where are the 3 of us going to sit. I see 4 seats in the top corner of this movie theater. And we go up, sit down, and I'll be motherfucked if we're not sitting right next to Adam. No planning, no conversations, nobody, unless Joe, of course, was like, hey, Adam, we're going to go to this showing.
Why would no, that didn't happen.
But isn't that some weird shit to have happen?
That is pretty weird.
Like, I was surprised to see. I waved at him, but we didn't get a chance to talk to him even after the show. We were heading out and he stayed in the seat.
I just find that to be really weird. Just to run into him, no communication. There's no reason why Rochelle and I would actually pick to go see Deadpool.
Yeah, the odds are infinitesimal. It's awful.
It's statistically impossible.
Improbable. Yeah.
Improbable.
So the team B-Rob really bombed. They got Deadpool. They've got the new Mission Impossible movie. They picked up Equalizer 2, which I don't know if you guys watched Equalizer 1. I enjoyed that movie. I just don't.
Equalizer.
It's a Denzel Washington is old and kicks ass movie. It's like a John Wick but with Denzel.
Oh no, I didn't even heard. I've never heard of it.
Equalizer 1 is a fun romp. It's weird. He works like a Home Depot. And he's an assassin.
I thought it was more like a Die Hard thing from the trailer. It's like he works at Home Depot and he's like John McClane into this role where he's a hero.
Wait, what else did they pick besides that?
No, he's like a trained killer. Mission Impossible, they had Deadpool, which did 145 points, and they picked up Dark Crimes. Jim Carrey's Dark Crimes, which netted them a total of 0 points.
I didn't even know Jim Carrey had a movie.
Yeah, didn't know about that.
And then Not Safe came in with Solo, which I haven't seen. Ant-Man and Wasp, which I probably will see.
Solo was okay. It wasn't great.
Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8 was okay.
Was Ocean's 8 good?
It was fine. For a heist movie, most heist movies, they explain it and then things go wrong. In Ocean's 8, they kind of explain it and everything went right. And
yeah, that's how it works. If they explain it and then
there was no twist, there was no tension during the actual heist because you're like, oh, everything's running just like you said it would.
Right, but that's how heist movies work and heist stories and TV shows work. Is if they explain it and don't show it, it works, and if they show it and don't explain it, it doesn't work.
Well, I mean, there still was a twist. I don't know if you want me to tell you if you're going to see it.
I'm never going to see this movie.
The twist was that there was a second heist in the background that Sandra Bullock didn't tell anybody about.
Ooh.
But she still split it all with them.
Is this where she tries to bang Julia Roberts?
No, I wish.
Did Riri say, bitch better got my money or better have my money?
No, she didn't say anything.
Did they ever explain why George Clooney just didn't
lines.
address that he had a sister in the other movies? It's like, hey, my sister's one of this this world-class thief.
But they mentioned Danny Ocean
no, that's what I'm saying.
times.
So they mention him, and they're related.
Yeah.
but he doesn't like ask her to help with his like, hey, I'm gonna go steal $400 million from a casino. You're like one of the best people ever. You want to help me out, sister?
The first scene in the movie, they're just like, you're not like Danny Ocean, are you? He's dead now. And then they make a big show of her going to his grave. And then everyone's like, oh, because they have pictures of him floating around. They're like, oh, your brother's so hot. Are you sure he's dead? And she's like, don't know. So like the whole movie, you're like, oh, Danny's just going to walk around the corner. And there he is. He faked his own death. But like, it doesn't happen. Like she has a toast to him at his grave at the end. And I honestly thought at that moment he's going to walk around the corner and be like, hey, sister. And then, but it didn't. It just faded to black.
Does the heist only net 80 cents on the dollar compared to what
they all made like 40 million each because they robbed the Met Gala.
That's a funny line, Bojangler. That's a funny line. Surprised that's not a meme that went around.
I think it may have been, actually. I'm pretty sure it was.
You think so?
I think it was.
It's a pretty funny line. I want to see it. I just, haven't got a chance to.
Do you really want to see it?
It's not bad. Honestly, it's not a bad movie. Rihanna's good in it, but like they don't really give her much to say. Like,
I don't care. She can be in it for like her song can be in it, and I'll go watch it.
To be honest, the best characters in the movie are like Anne Hathaway and Cate Blanchett.
I like both of them.
Matt Damon and Brad
so
Pitt?
apparently they shot cameos with those guys. It's just
no. I'm saying like those characters, right? Anne Hathaway is Matt Damon and Cate Blanchett is Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Cate Blanchett's Brad Pitt. Actually, Anne Hathaway is their mark most of the movie. Like she's their way into the Met Gala, and then at the end, in a twist, she's a rich, famous actress. She decides she's going to be part of the gang because she has no girlfriends. That was literally the reason why. They're like, Sandra Bullock's like, this is why it worked. She was in on it the whole time.
You know what movie I really want to see this summer? Like really badly. I will definitely go opening weekend to see The Meg.
What's that?
The shark movie?
Yeah, with Jason Statham.
Oh, that one, yeah.
I can't wait to see that movie.
It looks so ridiculous.
It does look ridiculous.
It looks like Fast and Furious with sharks.
Dude, if there's sharks in a movie, except for the Sharknado shit, if there's a shark movie, I am all in. Like
Deep
Open
Blue Sea?
Water. Loved it. I love Deep Blue Sea. Yeah, like Deep Blue Sea is a great movie.
That's a great movie. Actually, speaking of fast movies, did you guys see that Idris Elba is going to play the villain in the Rock movie?
Yeah, I heard that. The Fast and the Furious spinoff?
Yeah, the Rock.
He plays the Earthquake in Skyscraper?
What?
Isn't that a movie?
Yeah. He plays the
Earthquake.
Earthquake. That'd be great if Idris Elba voiced the Earthquake.
Right.
I'd watch that movie.
He just goes, yeah, I want to see The Meg. Are we going to go opening weekend? I'll drive down. We'll see it at midnight.
If you really want, I'll go see it. I haven't used my movie pass this month. Oh, what if you get surge pricing, though? It's like a couple bucks more now.
Okay, so all of this stuff that you've said that you've experienced with Movie Pass, where you have to send photos of your ticket stub and all that shit,
I'm not the only one.
Any of it. I don't have any of it, Joe.
I went with Brian and Shannon. I can go see
movies multiple times.
I went with Brian and Shannon. We all had to snap our tickets, and literally every time I open the app, it's like, you've seen this movie. You've seen this movie.
I can see Solo every day this week.
Because you live in New Hampshire, like
that could be it. I don't have any problems like that you say. Like Deadpool, I remember after watching
see it
with you. After watching it with you, I checked the theater nearby, and I was like, yeah, I can go see it if I want.
Yeah, mine just says like you can't see it again. You've already seen this movie, and like when I saw it with you, like I'd already seen it with Brian and Shannon. I couldn't watch it again, so I had to use my Regal reward points to get a new ticket, and it still cost me $1 on top of that because it's a new movie.
Movie Pass did announce recently that what they want to do is offer discounts for if you bring guests. They want to offer like an upcharge if you want to go see 3D or IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't done that yet. They're doing the surge pricing. Apparently that's
so. AMC came out with their own
deal. $20 a month.
I mean, outside of like, okay, great, you can go see 3D or IMAX films. I could give a shit about paying $20 to see an exclusive AMC theater.
Well, here's the thing. If I had an AMC theater closer to
Close
me,
by.
I would
Yeah.
do that instead of Movie Pass right now.
But the seats are nicer in AMC as well, and you can buy like a beer or something if you want at
Right.
AMC.
At certain AMCs, I thought. It's not every AMC.
It is certain ones, but still, if the AMC that is closest to me was closer, then I would rather do that than Movie Pass.
You would
right
rather
now.
spend $20 for their movie pass just to go to the AMC theater?
It's a little
don't
bit
know.
better value.
I
think.
Only
like
only
that,
if you go to
yeah.
a lot of movies. Like if you're on Movie Pass and you only go to one movie a month, like you're basically giving them
Oh,
money.
you can only go 3 times a week too with theirs.
Right.
Yeah. But you
Which-
could go 3 times in one day if you wanted to. If you wanted a whole marathon, you could.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that I would sign up for that because I find myself like I'll go to the theater where you sit down and have all the food and they serve it to you, and I go to the regular one that's kind of like a Regal that's nearby. I can go to a Regal if I'm traveling and I want to go somewhere else.
That's
like,
true.
Yeah, I like that it works at other places that aren't AMC.
Yeah,
or Regal.
but I also
It's
don't
not
like it
tied to one
because
place.
I can't even use it for my own phone, so fuck that. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I don't think AMC, their app works on iOS 9.
Yeah, it is kind of a bummer that Movie Pass only lets you see one a day. Like I mean, not that I really have time to go see. Like I find myself almost struggling to use Movie Pass once or twice a month, but I feel like if I had a day where I didn't have anything to do, it'd be nice to go see a couple movies that day.
Depends
Yeah.
on the movies.
Yeah, I mean it does depend, but like there's a lot of crossover like big weekends. Like if you get to the second weekend, you get a really big opening, and then
be
you
honest,
want to miss something
would-
the week before.
I would try more movies. Like I was gonna go see Blockers when it was in theaters, but I was just like, I don't have time for it. But like if I did, I would have gone to see that movie. I wouldn't have paid to see it.
If I were you, Joe, I would see movies a lot.
What, like every night of the week?
Not every night of the week, but I would go more. If I had Movie Pass, I definitely would go more.
You do have Movie Pass.
But I said if I were you, like if I didn't have a family and kid.
Oh yeah, if I were a loser, I would go every night too.
Right. If I were a complete and utter just mess of a human being.
Yeah, it's like God's built a human.
Yeah, you were just a mistake. I'm kidding, Joe. You're a great person.
No, it's already locked. It's that it'll replay in my mind all night. You're a mistake. You're a mistake. You're a mistake.
Well, I mean, you very well may be a mistake. Did your parents say you were a mistake? Like you weren't planned.
I was not planned. My sister was not planned. She was the result of a cheap fish dinner where my dad did not buy himself dinner because he couldn't afford it. And I felt like maybe my mom had to put out because he bought her dinner.
Wait a minute.
They've told us
Your
the story 100
dad-
times. Yeah.
Took your mom out on a date.
Yep.
And couldn't afford to buy himself dinner, but he bought
That's
her
really
dinner.
awkward.
Yeah.
So
I
he
don't-
watched her eat food.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then your mom was so amped up, was so horn dogged ready to go.
Yeah, well, it was January 1980. So things were
What type
different.
was it a fried fish dinner?
Yeah. It was literally like
It was
Some-
fish and chips?
yeah, something like that. It was like at an outdoor like fish market.
And your mom was like, "This is so
the smell
sweet."
got them
He
both in the mood.
sacrificed-
Oh god, I think she was just hungry and horny. And it was just like a cheapo like dinner date. They were not dating that long. And then like she got pregnant and they were like,
This is what I'm talking about.
I guess we should
This is-
formalize this.
Like this is it.
I am the result
This-
of an accident, literally.
Dave, this is like you realize that we go through this entire episode and we're just talk about this, just bullshit this, and then this
You could have
motherfucker
had this
comes
the whole
out.
time.
This is
You know
insane.
how like on sliders when they would slide around and they'd run into their alternate selves? I feel like that would never happen to me. Like I just wouldn't exist on another Earth.
You're in the episode of Rick and Morty where if you exist, you're playing Parcheesi
Yeah, exactly.
or Yahtzee. That's what it was.
Where was the restaurant?
In California. My dad lived in California for I don't know, a couple years because he had a job out there, and then once my mom got pregnant, they decided to move to Colorado, which is where I was born.
Can you say that again?
And then, like once my mom got pregnant, they decided to move to
No,
Colorado.
yeah, I just wanted the Colorado part. You said Colorado.
Colorado?
Well, yeah, it says rad right there in the middle.
Colorado. Yeah, it sounds weird.
Yeah, that's where I was born, and then after my brothers were born, they decided to move us back to Massachusetts because apparently 4 kids was too much for them to handle, and they need my dad's family.
Especially Colorado. Like, if you were going to grow up in Colorado, that'd be cheaper than living in Massachusetts.
Listen, I don't know. We moved back here when I was 4, so I don't know what happened.
Fish dinner.
Fish dinner, yeah.
Did he buy her a drink with the fish dinner? Or
I
did he
don't
drink
know.
water? Did
They
she put
talk
all-
about it occasionally. And it's always like, "Oh, Mia, you're such an accident." Like, and we're like, "Oh yeah, Mom was just super horned up that night."
the fish.
Put out for a 25-cent fish dinner.
I hope it was just like fish sticks, like Orida.
Oh, I'm sure it's something terrible. It was like $0.25 or $1 or something. It's ridiculous.
Did she use malt vinegar?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
January 1980 was a pretty crazy time.
Yeah.
Couldn't
That was
afford
what was going
tartar
on.
sauce, so it was ketchup.
What?
That's really
Some of my sisters-
depressing.
So
What?
wait, were any of the kids planned?
No, I think after the 4th one, my dad panicked and got a vasectomy. So my mom wanted more.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Well, her family, there's 7 of them. So she wanted, I think, 5. It was her.
I'm
magic
pretty sure
number.
all of us and my family, I think we were all mistakes. I don't think anybody was like, well, let's have. I mean, to be fair, I don't think many people plan out their kids. Like I think there's a few like crazy.
I think a lot of people like plan out their first one, like like, oh, we really want a kid. They're gonna, try for a while until it happens. But I think after that, they're all like kind of surprises.
They're all mistakes. We should start having vasectomies, like instead of circumcisions, like just automatically snip them right after birth.
Yeah. Then
So that
in
we
like
have
10
no
years,
population in the future.
In 10
Yeah,
years, Clive
I think
Owen
it's a
can
good
save
idea.
us.
Like I think you should have to pay a significant fee to make sure your kid isn't circumcised or
Vasectomized?
I'm sorry, vasectomized, or what's the one with the tubes tied? What's that called?
Spade?
Spade.
Yeah, spade.
Yeah, okay. All right, we'll go with spade. I think that's the technical term. Michelle says she was planned. Well, that's pretty upsetting for her family.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna have a kid, and she's gonna be
I mean, my twin was probably planned, but I won out.
Is that the score?
I looked up. It's tubal ligation.
Oh fuck, that's funny. Is that the score of the count?
I want to know about the alternate universe where I actually have a twin. That'd be
What do
cool.
you think? Do you think it's identical, or do you think it's
Yeah, it
different?
was.
That if you
It
like
was.
went into the multiverse and just every single one of them is you with a twin.
And I'm the only one.
Yeah, you're the only universe that did not have a twin.
I'd be pretty cool with that. I'd be really cool with that, actually.
But every other one is like a far more successful.
I don't
Dave.
give a fuck about that.
You go into another universe, and it's like there's 2 of you, but you're both sharing the basement.
Yeah, yeah. See, like by myself, I got 2 rooms here. See that? Twin Dave doesn't get 2 rooms.
No, the just every other version is the twin you got really successful and
Yeah,
just
yeah, exactly.
live in the basement.
See, that's the best part about not having it is because now I have nothing to be compared to.
That was your takeaway.
Yeah.
Like nobody can.
Because
compare
if there's
me
a second
to-
one of me that actually tries this stuff, man, I'm gonna look like shit. Because that guy's
That's true.
he's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be like super rich man. I can't have that putting me down.
Yeah, but then you could live off Rich Brother,
That's true. I could.
and then you could always be like, "But we shared the room together. We should share your wealth."
Or I can just like impersonate him. Impersonate my twin.
Dave, I know you're not a big fan of Tool, but I know Joe is.
I really like Tool.
I like Tool too, but the guy, it's over for him. Like,
I was say, did he ever say that he was releasing an album?
have you not heard about the rape accusations?
No, I didn't hear that. Was that today or recently?
No, it's been recent. So on Twitter, this girl came out and said that she was at a show with her boyfriend, and like Maynard threw a water bottle at her, and she thought that was cool. And then like a handler came along and was like, "Hey, why don't you come back?" And she's like, "Can my boyfriend come?" And he's like, "No, just you." And then she went back and then had a sexual encounter with Maynard, but it was against her.
She was 17 and was given a sexually transmitted infection.
That's what she said. She said she got the, what is it? Hep.
I haven't gotten to that point.
Oh.
I didn't see this at all. That's ridiculous. This didn't show.
A heavy-set blonde white woman came to meet us. Is that her? She a heavy-set blonde white woman?
So this whole thing's been kind of brewing. Like the tweets came out, and then a lot of Tool fans came to his defense and was like, "This is crazy. Maynard's not this type of guy. This has got to." And like the way she did it was like didn't reveal who she was. It was just on Twitter. She created this account just to reveal this information, and that was it. And then she was like, "If you have any questions," like she gave out a Gmail account, and since then, what I was reading, the most recent update was Alternative Press this morning was trying to contact a different girl who also had accusations through the Gmail account, saying that she was like at a hotel or something, and then like invited Maynard, met with them and invited her. I don't know the specifics. I can't remember exactly what she said, but I know that like as she was emailing back and forth with the Alternative Press, she stopped and was like, "Hey, thank you for everything, but I'm going to be talking to Rolling Stone."
I've never seen what this guy looks like before. He's a weird-looking dude.
He is a weird-looking dude.
I don't know. It seems weird that she won't like. I mean, if you're going to come across with accusations, shouldn't you name yourself?
When she came out, a bunch of people came out with very similar stories saying that they were. It's a very stereotypical like thing where you're at the concert.
And they throw a water bottle
handler
at you.
comes by and says, "Hey, you want to come and hang out backstage?" And then they're taken away, which is weird. Like you kind of see that stuff, or it's like,
he pulled off my cargo pants and forced himself in.
Yeah.
There was no attempt at warming up. I mention this because this wasn't about sex. This was about raping me as fast as he could. There was no consent made. I was not high. I was clean. He did not seduce me. He forced me, quickly taking advantage of my paralyzed state.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I mean, there's no album coming out after the like whatever it is. Obviously, like because Alternative Press ran that story this morning saying like their last contact with the girl was, "I'll be talking to Rolling Stone."
Yeah, but if that never comes out, then...
Well, do you think that he's going to do any Nirvana covers?
Obviously, though, they've got enough that Rolling Stone has the exclusive. Like, they've paid for something.
Yeah, but they could pay for it, but, like, I don't know. They'd still have to verify it.
Really, are you that naive to think that it stops here? Like, there's something getting...
No, I'm just saying that, like, obviously they need to verify her story first if they're paying for it. Or as much as they can, anyway.
Right. Well, again, Alternative Press kind of came out and said, like, they were able to verify a lot of it. And then when she was like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to, Oh, boy.
What?
Here we go.
So when I heard this, again, I think we've talked about this before with the other Me Too stuff, is like, I'm surprised that it hasn't completely dismantled the rock world. The world of bands, because
I was surprised this hasn't happened more with
like music. I'm surprised Kiss hasn't just been destroyed.
I was thinking Kiss too. That's weird.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Gene Simmons has bragged that he's had sex with like 5,000 women, or just like some insane number like that. So if that's the case, like you would think that he didn't. Did he whip out a contract every time? Now we know what's going on here.
Some people do actually.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah,
They
Dennis
have
Reynolds.
they have NDAs if you're.
No,
gonna hang out
I
with
understand that they do. I'm just saying, like in the fucking 70s and 80s, do you think that he was doing that with every single person?
them. Oh, it was a different time.
But it didn't happen with Kiss. It's happening with Maynard. You know, like it's happening. It hasn't really breached into the rock and roll world. Like, why isn't Bret Michaels fucking shunned out of Poison? You know,
I mean,
what I'm saying?
Bon Jovi
Tommy
literally
Lee
has a
from Motley
song.
Crue.
Bon Jovi has a song about like a 14-year-old running away to fuck him.
Of course, there's a lot of songs out there about like having sex with underage
How
women.
many songs in the 70s, like rock songs, are about like little girl?
Yeah.
You know, like it's kind of weird when you actually realize how often that's a lyric.
It happened a lot. I mean, I think fucking the Beatles even had some songs that alluded to stuff like that. So that's what like the way that it just huge brush fire through Hollywood, completely destroying people's careers. And
Well, it's even
so
been
far,
a joke in a lot of movies where like, oh, this character's mom when she was 16 like ran off to go like fuck whoever. You know? It's been a joke in so many things.
well, and I understand that too, but wasn't the Harvey Weinstein, wasn't he was a joke in Hollywood?
Yeah. Like that was a joke in a lot of things too, you're right.
So it just is surprising to me that, you know, even now, like we've gotten a couple people, like I think what's his name from Bright Eyes, like some people called him out, but he's been able to avoid that. He's still touring and fine, and you know nobody seemed to really care.
Which is
Well, I think
surprising considering
the thing
his
that
audience.
hurts this story is that it's anonymous. Like
There's been a lot of the dude Chris Hardwick, that woman that outed Chris Hardwick did not say Chris Hardwick's name.
Yes, but it was obvious. She gave enough clues that it was obviously
Sure.
Chris Hardwick.
But you know, I'm just
Like
saying,
this
like,
person, it's hard to identify.
identify the person, right?
No,
but,
no, I just mean like it's hard for people to be like, this is a real allegation when this is granted, I've only just read this first article, but there isn't more. Are there more accusers that have named themselves?
When she first released the tweets, the accusations came out like wildfire. A lot of people saying the same thing, that they were at a Tool concert,
Well, that's
and
different
and that even at the time, I guess on message boards, a lot of people were saying that, you know, oh, Maynard's like he loves sending people out. And
I'm just saying, like, it hurts the credibility of her story if people don't come out in support of that, like also with their stories and remaining anonymous. Because when you remain anonymous, there's nobody that can like go back and try to verify this story. So that's why maybe like some of these other people are able to get past it. Like I know the George Takei one, like, you know, nobody could really go back on that guy.
well, yeah,
George
but
Takei
that-
one was a little weird.
So I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's another outing. Like just that they're recording the record this year. It's supposed to come to release in 2019. But I don't think.
Do you
I
think
don't-
that when he's like raping her or whatever, like fucking, what he mentions his tool? Does he do that?
possibility?
I mean, looking at him, he has to.
He does this weird bit on stage where he hides in the back. Like you don't see him sing. He wears like a mask and hides behind the drum set the entire show.
That's weird.
It's got a high creep factor.
Do you think that Dave Grohl mentions his monkey wrench?
Yes. I also think he
Yes, it does.
definitely gets something signed. So I don't know. I was really looking forward to this record. I'm a big Tool fan for a long time. And
Listen, you never know. It could still show up.
I don't think they'll release it. Like if it gets released in Rolling Stone,
Yeah,
if it ends now, obviously.
Well, there's just no point in releasing it unless it's like purely because of artistic motives, because I mean, you're not going to get anything good from it. You're not going to get good press. I mean, nobody's going to want to publish that. So
We'll see. Time will tell.
there's very little upside.
If they take down Maynard from Tool, which is obviously a huge rock band, do you think more come after this? Like, are we going to see more and more?
I didn't even hear about this, so I can't imagine that it's no. Because I feel like Me Too has been around for a while now. Like, if it was going to happen with other bands, it would have.
I would just say this is a high-profile band. If it comes out and this all breaches, are more people going to say, well, you know what? I had a...
You know what's always weird is that I feel like sometimes people time this for like when new stuff is coming out. Like they don't, like they had all this time to say something, and then they're like, "Oh, you have a new movie coming out now."
I've often felt the same way. Like I even with like Chris Hardwick, obviously he's had that new show coming out. But if like Chris Hardwick, that all that shit was pretty fucking awful.
He got singled out.
Oh yeah. But then like a bunch of his exes came out and.
But I mean, fuck them. Like fuck if they indeed were doing stuff like this. Fuck you. Like, yeah, I'm glad that your release was destroyed.
Yeah, but on the other hand, like it kind of sucks that we're sort of judging people based on like very little evidence. Like we really only heard her side of the story, and we, to be fair, don't know if it's true.
No, I'm not judging him at all about this. I'm judging him because Tool sucks, and he's a weird looking dude.
I just mean Chris Hardwick because like Chris Hardwick in general, we don't know.
Chris Hardwick sucks too. I mean, the best thing he did was singled out. Everything else since then is the worst.
I know, and then like, but it's just it kind of stinks that this is where we're at. It's like we're just judging people based on the one story. And granted, I'm not saying that we should ignore her story. It's just it kind of sucks that this is where we're at. You know, like we don't hear his side of the story. There's really no proof between the two, but we don't know if anybody's lying.
Can you imagine being like
14 against somebody?
Yeah, imagine being like 14 right now and like really talented at something. Like you're like just an awesome musician. You have like these awesome songs, and then it's like, I'm not gonna do this just because I know what happens when you're 35, 40 and your career's on the downslope, and like where it goes from there. Just be like, I don't want people to think I raped them. Just because they can just say that and then it's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I was getting at. Like, we don't have any way of verifying it, but we're just like, oh, Chris Hardwick's a dick now.
Well, he was always a dick. I mean, that's different.
But like, like I said, I don't know Chris Hardwick. I couldn't tell you if the allegations seem plausible to me. I mean, I have nothing else to go on.
It's mostly irrelevant to me. That's the thing is like, yes, don't rape people. That's not good. Don't do that. But I have absolutely no dog in this hunt where whether he did or didn't, it doesn't affect me day to day. It doesn't affect anything around me. If I like his material, it doesn't prevent me from liking it prior to knowing that or post knowing that, unless it's related to bragging about it, like OJ saying like if I did it type stuff. You know, it has absolutely no effect on my life day to day, and it doesn't endorse rape to say no, he's a talented musician, he's a talented like host, whatever. It doesn't do that. Unless you're a moron as well. So, yeah, it's not good, but it's pretty simple in reality when you think about these people. I mean, have you thought about Bill Cosby once?
No, but I never thought about Bill Cosby before.
Exactly.
So, like, I was never a fan of Bill Cosby, but I understand that there probably are
Kevin
people
Spacey. Have you thought about Kevin Spacey once?
Yeah, I mean sometimes he's popped up,
right? But I mean, like, oh man, I can't ever like.
What about like Louis C.K.? Can you watch his old show and not be like, oh,
I just weirdo? I haven't found myself in that position. I know. I think we've talked about this before, but like with the Lost Prophets, I can't listen to the Lost Prophets.
That one was a little different, but yes.
Yeah. It's a little different, obviously.
That's not just an accusation.
But I mean, I can't say that when those things and like if I don't know. I don't know a good example of somebody that I've gone to. I haven't listened to Louis C.K. I haven't heard anything from the guy. And if his special came out, I guess it depends on how it was. Although his thing was a little.
Louis C.K. wanted to show people his dick. To be honest,
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous.
I don't know. I just always felt weird about that one because it seemed like people could have just walked away and they didn't.
I know that. I know. I don't know. It's a sticky wicket.
What about like Jeffrey Tambor? He seemed to like get
Dude,
sort of around it.
what the fuck is going on with Jeffrey Tambor that even the people that are on the show with him are like, you know.
Well, like, because he got accused of misconduct on Transparent, so they fired him. But then, like, Arrested Development's like, he's never been anything but professional on our show. And then, like, when they interview the cast in the new season, and everyone's like, all the men are jumping to defend Jeffrey Tambor, even though he like makes Jessica Walters cry on the set. Like, it just seems weird.
But they didn't jump to defend him. Like, as soon as Jessica Walters came out with that story, they didn't jump to defend him. They were like, yeah, we were in the wrong, like, but you got to understand the context of what happened. So they were like, it was this weird half, but Jessica Walters was clearly disturbed by what had happened.
You know what's interesting in, like, if we're gonna talk about like the brave whatever, like, oh man, that woman's so brave for actually coming out and saying it, like, sure, whatever, but honestly the bravest people are anybody that's also a celebrity that would say that's not the person I know, referring to any of these accused people. Because
Sure.
I mean, they could be 100% telling the truth, like, that's not the person I know, and okay, but just because you didn't immediately, or your reaction wasn't against them.
Yeah, but here's the
Their
thing: how well do
career
you
is
really
also
know
done.
people? You work with them in a professional context,
But they
so you
could
don't
be
really
friends
know
as
what kind
well.
of.
I mean, I'm not saying their relationship necessarily. I'm saying that if
Right. Like, to not come out and
Against
completely indemnify.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
no,
Shit.
Like, I feel like you had something going. You're like, I'm gonna sound so smart right here.
I
And
thought
then-
I was. Honestly,
and Dave was like,
Indemnify?
no, that's not a word.
I think indemnify is a word.
indemnify.
Am I saying it wrong? There's a word that sounds like that.
Are you
That's
thinking
right.
like indemnify? Because
Yeah.
you were
Is
saying
it-
abdemnify.
I know what I said.
Indemnify.
Indemnify, is that the word I'm thinking of?
I don't know if you're.
Yeah, but
using
it's not really correctly used either.
it. Yeah.
What's the definition? Tell me now.
Okay, here.
Use it
Compensate
in your
someone for
sentence.
harm or loss.
What?
How are you using it? Can you say the sentence again?
All right. The sentence was.
You
Yeah,
can.
The
you
sentence
didn't use
was
it correctly.
That
either way.
can you really indemnify?
Yep. Not a word.
Did you mean objectify?
No.
Indemnify? I don't know. Okay, continue your thought, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna use it.
Okay,
I
yeah,
forget what we
whatever.
were-
I
we
think
were
we
talking
understand what you're trying to say with that word. Okay.
Okay. What was that? What were we talking about though? This is
If
this
you
whole
don't
side thing.
immediately attack the person being attacked.
Right. If you don't immediately indemnify the person, then you
You're still mixing it up.
no. It's
Yeah, that's
right.
on purpose. We know what he means by the word. Okay.
Right. If you don't indemnify them, Joe, then you are part of the problem, not the solution. Right. Like you aren't supportive of the cause. Of
Did you
the
mean
Me Too
condemn?
movement. Condemnify?
Condemn.
Nify.
Yes.
no
condemn.
nify.
There's some
It's
sort
just
of word
condemn.
here that works with nify. I'm just letting you know that.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Like, that's a huge problem.
What about
And-
indemnify? Somebody, a hojangler's helping me out here.
No, but that's not
Indem-
how you use that word.
Is it?
No.
No.
What's the definition of indemnify?
Dave told you. He had it up.
Either way.
Hold
yeah,
on.
Like, that is a big problem where you can't say, and like, at that point, it's like, oh, for instance, if our show was big and Joe was accused of raping Michelle,
Oh,
well, I
God.
can't be like, no, nobody would ever do that to her.
I think
She's gross.
indemnify is what I'm
Like,
looking for.
then I'm the worst person in the world, right?
I think it's indemnify.
I like that you wouldn't. Nobody would do that to her. Not Joe wouldn't do that to her.
Right, right. Well, I mean, nobody would. But, I mean, you wouldn't either. Jay.
Listen, when Joe is outed for touching kids,
Yeah.
I will be the person that's interviewed that says, "I just can't believe this happened."
Yeah, I don't
And
believe
then
this.
they'll go back to all of the hours of content on the Lotus Cast and I'll be like, oh wait, there was that moment when he said he wanted the kids to be into him.
Yeah.
Well, good luck finding that in like the 600 hours of shows that they.
Listen, they've got paralegals that will comb through this. When your hard drive, like when you're throwing magnets on top of your hard drive.
I don't need to. All my hard drives are encrypted, like a normal person.
No, they're not.
Yeah, because it comes by default now. Somebody doesn't use Mac OS.
Ooh.
It's Dave.
Yeah, I don't, because I like how computers work, not how they don't.
I like that it encrypts my drive automatically, and I don't have to think about it.
They do good attack though. When they don't indemnify the person, they do attack them. Whoever's not indemnifying.
Right. That's a big problem. Like, we need to stop that as well. Because right now,
says that she would grow Michelle's boobs. She has nice boobs.
Because right now, there's almost no negative repercussions for accusing somebody.
I'm trying to imagine right now Goldie groping Michelle's boobs, and if that's good or bad. She does have them things.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
Michelle, how big are your breasts? Like, if you were to... She's got to be like a... Is it a triple D? What do you think she is, Dave?
I don't really care.
I mean, I know
if you
don't
put
care.
your boobs into a beaker, how much water would they displace?
If Dave were to indemnify
You're
your
trying to
boob,
find the volume of her boobs?
Sure.
That's how you find the volume of objects.
I know
you
how
can't.
to. I know what that is.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I am nervous about that trend.
Because of all the women that you've raped?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
she's an H or an I?
Wait, shouldn't you know for sure? Like, don't you buy bras?
Well, she might buy them like at
in different sizes?
Yeah, as an H. Maybe she needs to go to a bra specialist.
Do you have back problems?
Yes.
Gotta.
She definitely has back problems. An H or an I. Get out of here.
Those are Robin Quivers levels.
She's also got those giant nipples.
Did she say that?
No, I just assume.
you didn't remember telling Matt that about that night that you inappropriately. I don't know. I'm trying to get you to admit to it. I know what you
I
did.
inappropriately did
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, you saw her nipples once.
No.
She
I don't
sent
think
you
so.
her nipples.
I mean, I did get a huge
In
cleave
a
shot
snap?
once, but
No,
it wasn't
one
nipples. I don't remember getting nipples from Michelle.
You got nipples from Michelle when we were at the Lotus. We
No,
talked
I think
about
I
it.
got cleave once, like
Mm.
a lot of cleave, but like I don't remember ever getting
Michelle,
nipple
send
shot.
Send Joe a picture of your nips.
your nipples again. He forgot.
I don't mind getting a refresher if it happens.
Michelle says it
See,
never.
it never happened. I didn't think it happened.
Listen, Joe won't indemnify you.
What are you eating? Where did you just get food from? What the hell?
I got a Uncrustable.
You know what the worst thing about Joe not doing the show here is, other than empty Joe's seat, is I wanted him to bring some lo mein for me because I wanted lo mein.
Oh,
And now I don't have any.
I'll bring
Dude.
it next time.
Fucking last Sunday, we were driving like back from Pennsylvania, and we had to pick up pork chop. So I called. Rochelle really wanted the mini raviolis.
Mhm.
So I call up Joe at the Medway Lotus, and I said, "Hey, like to get an order of mini ravioli." I go in to pick it up, and he goes, "Oh, hey Matt, are you going to see Joe next door?" I said, "Oh no, we're just heading back." Okay, here you go, and he handed me the it didn't make me pay.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
So I think that he thought I was going to visit Joe with mini raviolis, and he gave them to me for free. So thanks, Joe.
Well, now you owe me mini raviolis.
I don't think that's what that means.
That was actually my main plan, is that I didn't want to have to pay for the lo mein. I thought it would just be.
I don't get stuff for free there. I have to pay.
I feel like you
Nope.
should.
just bragged about how you got a gallon jug of Mai Tai.
Yeah,
that wasn't
true.
free. I worked for that.
and a poo-poo platter for 2.
Wait, no, that was the code that they gave me.
Did you drink all your Mai Tai?
No, it's on the fridge. I can't drink it.
Dude, I can't drink their fucking Mai Tais. I'll be honest with you.
They thought I was going to a party. I kept saying, I'm not going to a party. I'm just going back home. Because they called me when I was at Kevin's. And I literally just went back here afterwards. But they thought I was going to a party. So they gave me a bunch of Mai Tai. I haven't drank it. It's in my fridge.
The thing that sucks, right? Like, I would think maybe like 4 years ago, right? Or 5 years ago,
yeah.
a gallon jug of Mai Tai would have been a huge hit because we would have been going somewhere to some sort of party. And when you showed up, Joe, if you showed up with a gallon jug of Mai Tai, you would have been like
Those
the belle of
particular
the
ones.
ball. And now, where we're at
Yeah, we're all old.
with our friendship, well, nobody is near anybody.
That's
It's not
also
like he
true.
can go to a party at Sean's. Sean's in fucking Pittsburgh now.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. We could save for the concert because Goldie's coming.
Oh, that's true.
That's not.
That's also dangerous.
I just personally I can't drink too many of them because I get super indigestion with them, and plus
Dude,
I feel terrible the next day.
it's super hangover.
They are really just gross.
Can we take Ho Jangler and Goldie to the Lotus?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I think when
I
they
only
come
took
up
that
with
Friday
Apple,
off.
It's the start of the Lotus cast. It's the only reason that Joe and I know Goldie and Ho Jangler.
That's true.
I also don't like that he's Ho Jangler.
Why?
I don't know. I just think Ho Jangler better.
Rosé sangria. Oh, I'll have to go back on sugar.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't even I don't think that she should experience her first Mai Tai in the parking lot of fucking Mansfield.
No, when I first had a Mai Tai at the Lotus, I had to stay at the Lotus because
I know, like, yeah, of
and
course.
I couldn't. And I wasn't safe to drive.
She's got to experience like the sip that comes after
sip.
6 sips.
There were times when we did the Lotus, and I think we must have had like 5 Mai Tais before the
Dude,
show started
those
because of
nights-
sips.
Honestly, were the worst ever because we were
too
doing
drunk.
we would go over to Applebee's for trivia and then come over to the Lotus for the Lotus. It just wasn't good.
Yeah, too drunk.
All right, guys, you ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's wrap this up. Thank you for joining us. We are the Lotus Cast. Strangelabel.com. Lots of good shows over there. Not safe for water coolers.
Did you leave a tip when you got that thing, the food, the mini raviolis?
No, I didn't have any cash.
Yeah, it's always my problem too.
I didn't have any cash, and he handed me the bag, and I said, "Oh," I pulled my card out, and he goes, "No." And I said, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "No." But he did ask me if I was going to see you, and as I answered the question, he interrupted me. And I don't think that he knew that I wasn't going to visit you.
That's weird because I'm sure I was right next door and you didn't even say hi. But whatever.
You weren't right next door. You were Where were you on Sunday? Because I think
Kevin's house?
yes, you guys were doing Dungeons.
Oh, D&D. Yeah, we didn't get home till late.
So I knew because we were chatting a little bit that you weren't doing that. I was really bummed. I tried to log in on my phone to see if I could do it on my phone, but you can't with that Roll20.
Nate did it from his tablet.
I mean, maybe the tablet's better. I just know that when I logged in, it said this isn't supported on mobile devices.
You really should use your laptop anyway. It's better on the laptop anyway.
I know. I was really bummed. I wanted to.
Or your desktop, whichever.
Or all three?
All
Or
right.
all three.
Where are they staying? Are they staying somewhere near Mansfield?
I have no idea.
We can give them the full Lotus Cast treatment. They can stay in Joe's bed.
That's true.
That's true. They could share my bed and I can sleep on the couch in the other room and just listen.
Yeah. And then they can come out and say the toots. And then,
I don't have sleep toots anymore since I gave up gluten.
Not
No more
you.
toots.
How would you know if you
Not-
didn't have sleep? Wait, how would you know that? Are you
I
recording
put a
yourself sleep?
microphone nearby so I could hear if I'm tooting.
When do you listen back?
I don't do that. I just assume I don't because I actually don't toot that much anymore.
That's sad. I've tooted twice on the air. I hope everybody heard it.
That is true, Goldie. The mix that Joe uses for Mai Tais at the Lotus is a bunch of alcohol that I've never heard of, and there's one clear liquor that has a picture of a panther on the front.
Yeah, and he uses old vinegar bottles and vinegar
Dude,
jugs to put them in.
Just watching him make that, like the gallon jug comes out, and then the funnel goes in top, and they just start pouring.
What is
It's
NSNG?
one of the most entertaining things. I just remember the first time that I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It is a sight to behold because it's like, and they also add at the end, it's like 6 different alcohols, and then it's like, here's some orange juice and a dash of pineapple juice.
Yeah, they break out a fucking can of Dole pineapple juice.
Yep.
That is one of those that you have to use like one of those old keys to open. Like it's this weird can that you have to puncture.
It's the only thing that we can read.
Right. But I don't even know where you buy that can anymore.
I sell them.
You sell those cans?
Yeah, I sell those.
All right. If you say, if you insist. But it's really fun, and I just remember some of those wonderful nights closing the place out.
Dave, do you sell some sort of Mai Tai mix at the store?
Yeah, I have like
I'm sure.
some. I would never buy them, but yes, I do sell some.
So sweet.
It is
Yeah.
really sweet.
All right.
I hardly buy
Anyway,
anything
Strange
anymore.
Label, strangelabel.com.
We're not doing any final.
Oh, final
Thanks.
thoughts, Joe, Dave, Joe.
No, I didn't have anything. I was just wondering, are we not doing any?
I didn't have anything. I'm just hoping that we do them.
I didn't say hoping. I just asked if.
Not
you were planning
hoping,
on
but
it.
I mean, if I'm not gonna throw a final thought, you think you would be grateful? Like, oh, great, I don't have to do a final thought.
I just wasn't sure if Joe may have had something. I was giving it to Joe.
Sorry.
The
I
only
wanna
thing I
hear-
really have is I threw on a pair of shorts today. I haven't done that in a long time. It's too hot in here.
Can we see your
What?
legs?
Yeah.
Did you go to work in shorts?
Oh shit, Joe legs.
No.
Oh my god, I saw his knee.
Yeah.
Ah!
Make that bad boy back up.
No, don't do it.
Come on.
That's all you get to see.
My hands are up, so you know I'm not screenshotting. Come on, let me see the knee. Let me see.
No.
Why are you so embarrassed?
I don't know, because I haven't worn shorts in years. And this joke pair of shorts that I bought that one time to like mess with you guys, I found in a drawer today. I'm like, it's so hot.
How
So
great
what
do
the
you
fuck?
feel, dude? You
I
should wear
don't.
shorts. Why don't you wear shorts?
I
I
don't
don't
wear
know. I
shorts.
feel weird in them. I haven't worn them in so long, and now it's like I feel weird just wearing them in public. I feel like everybody.
I imagine that Joe's shorts, like,
And now I feel like it's a thing. So if I wore it around you, all you're going to be doing is staring at my legs.
I would be because it's been such a big deal that you don't wear shorts.
I know. So now I feel like I can't.
But I don't think your legs, like, do your legs look like the fucking character Clayface, like halfway mutating?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's so they just
I'm
stopped.
super
Joe just
insecure
has
about it
tumors
now,
all over
and
his
I don't.
legs.
I feel weird wearing them, like in public. So I haven't.
I don't wear
haven't
shorts
worn these
either.
out of the house.
I do
Dude.
sometimes, but I don't really care to wear shorts. I look too good in jeans. It's just hard to not wear jeans.
I wear
Yeah.
pants at work, but and like a long sleeve button up shirt just because I have to be professional. But motherfucker, if I don't when I get home,
I look good in
I throw
jeans.
on a huge pair of cargo shorts that are nice and loose and cool.
Oh, and then what's his face touches you because of your cargo pants.
That's true, Maynard.
Got to be careful with those.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have any other shorts. I just have the one pair that I found and I'm wearing right now.
Let me see. Oh, there was the knee again.
Well,
It
Dave
is so white.
Dave
It
forced
is
me to.
so ghostly white. Your knee
It
is
hasn't
whiter
seen
than
the
Dave's
sun.
shirt right now.
It hasn't seen the sun.
Ever. It hasn't seen the sun ever.
I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, Joe is gonna be the only person that like has never seen the sun but gets skin cancer just because it's Joe. Like,
Probably.
it'll be on his face too.
Yeah.
It's just,
I mean, you are looking pretty red there, Joe. You got
I
a
work
burn?
so hard to stay out of the sun. And you just get fucking skin cancer all over your forehead.
I'm sweating more now because of that like knee show. I feel weird. Like I can't wear them around you.
I feel weird. You should wear shorts this weekend. You know, this weekend, when you come up,
Yeah.
we're gonna go to the lake
I did not know that.
and we're getting in the water.
I don't have other
dogs.
Joe,
shorts.
you were
I
gonna
just have
want to
this.
find some shorts that you like to wear to the show. By the way,
Dude, if you go to Warped without shorts on, you're gonna die.
yeah, you're really gonna
Why?
want some shorts.
It's gonna be hot and wet because it's gonna be fucking raining.
Yeah, always.
But a million degrees at the same time.
Yeah, it's gonna be gross.
Well, I don't have any other shorts. I don't know how to buy shorts.
Even if it's
Also,
not like 90
I don't-
degrees, it's gonna feel like at least 200 degrees when you're.
Even if I was gonna wear them, I want the ones that go past your knee. I don't like it when they ride up your leg.
You want to wear bloomers?
Yeah, like board shorts.
Get with the times, Joe.
You should definitely wear shorts if you go to Warped Tour.
Well, I'm going. I have a ticket.
Well, no, technically I have 4 tickets.
That's true.
You wouldn't rob me of my chance to meet Goldie in real life.
I kind of want to now, just because you said that.
Why?
If you wear shorts, you get
Yeah.
a ticket.
What? If I don't wear shirts, what?
If you wear shorts, you get a ticket.
You can't do that. I have my Thai jug.
I actually,
I can get a Mai Tai jug.
We've decided that we're going to go to the Lotus.
Yeah, but I also have my Thai jug.
No. I would love to see somebody drink the entire jug of Mai Tai.
They would be dead, like, very quickly.
I have to shake it. All right, guys, LotusCast, strangelabel.com, @strange_label is really what you need to follow. Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks on Tuesdays, Leroy and Earl on Wednesdays. There's just a bunch of great content there. Furnicast on Thursdays, if you get here at 8 p.m. Eastern. So do all of that. Do all of those things because we love Strange Label. We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Until next week.
Am I stopping it now?
I don't even know anymore. Like I like this kind of do we,
This-
don't we?
This freewheeling style.
Are we done? Are we
I don't know. Are we done?
You got to point to me first.
Do you,
It
do
doesn't
you
let
want,
me know that we're off.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to finish?
Yeah.
Are you sure that you want me to finish?
Mm-hmm.
So stop the show.
Stop the show.
I think I'm getting it.
Okay.
Joe? Look
Oh,
at,
stop.
look
I
at that
see
knee.
his fucking shin.
Oh shit. Okay, bye guys. Also,
Why
Joe,
are
cut your
toes so
toenails.
red?
I don't know. I can't see.